this message is for all women like me and all those who love and support women like me. The Lord sent me today to make a message about the spirit of offense, y'all. I'm going to tell you what happened earlier today, and also I'm going to that's better. I'm gonna post a sermon in the comments because it needs to be heard. The Lord sent that to me so I could send to my child. So this is what happened with us today. I was making a comment to my child, and there was a misunderstanding between the two of us. And she takes her walk with God very seriously these days, and she's been working really hard to be in alignment with him and just everything like that. So what I had asked her, and it was an assumption. I did feel a little pause, but I ran through it. That's why you got to listen to Holy Spirit. I felt a pause like, what you're thinking is probably not correct because you know where she is with the Lord. But I said it anyway, and it really offended her, right? I accused her of lying about something, y'all, okay? She's like, you know how serious I am about, doing what the Lord wants me to. And you know that I know that he will not be pleased with me lying to you. And, on the low, she kind of feel like whatever she would lie to me about, the Lord will reveal it to me anyway. So that's what gave me the pause. I'm like, she probably not lying, but the math wasn't mathing about what I was thinking she was lying about. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. So I told her, I was like, don't be trying to play with me. And she was like, the way she responded was just like, wait a minute. She was like, this and that. Why would I be lying to you? Like, why would I even try that? But the way that she ended the conversation was, she was just like, bye. So she dismissed me off of her text thread, right? Which made me be like, hold up. Let's reel this back on in. Let's remember who you're talking to. So I waited. I was like, okay, she mad. I be respecting her feelings. That's that gentle parenting. Our parents ain't care nothing about our feelings, but I'm respecting the space that she's in right now. And I'm wise enough to know that whatever I have to say back to her, I don't need to be combative. I don't need to do that, or it's going to make things worse. I want peace. I want us to be able to hear each other. So whenever I do approach the matter, and it wasn't like a huge matter, so it wasn't something that I felt like I needed to straighten out right now. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna let her sit in her mood or whatever. Maybe God will convict her out of it. Maybe he won't. But regardless, I felt like I knew that I just needed to wait before I continue to speak to her. So about whatever, just let her cool down. A couple of hours later, I had sent her this video clip that was meant to be an icebreaker. It was meant to say, okay, let's continue talking now. She did not take it that way because the spirit of offense was still on her. So her response was, why are you trying to be funny? Like, she thought I was being petty by sending her this thing that was funny. Now on the low, I feel like, well, why would she think that I'm being petty? Like, what? The spirit of offense could have took me too, but it didn't. But what I was to see was that she was still feeling the spirit of offense. She was still feeling what she was feeling, regardless. And I was trying to correct her out of that. I was like, hey, look, I know what this is right now. I peep it. I know how you feel right now. But one thing, let me correct you about where you went wrong earlier, about how you kind of was coming at me sideways and dismissed me. And it was like, we ain't got to talk right now. I don't even want to talk no more. But I want you to know that the Lord has been trying to work on you about this, and he sent me this video. So look at the video, and I'll talk to you later. So I'm sharing this video with y'all now. He has a lot of good stuff to say. What tends to happen a lot of times with us Christians is when someone we know, or even we don't know, if we feel like somebody's trying to correct us, and there may be a misunderstanding too, but a lot of times it don't be no misunderstanding. When somebody's trying to correct us, the enemy has a way of making us default to the spirit of offense. Instead of listening, instead of reflecting, instead of accepting, instead of doing any of that stuff, we get offended by, like, how dare they? And it keeps us stuck. It keeps us stagnant. It keeps us not listening to what that person was really trying to tell us that was really actually going to be helpful. And it allows the enemy to be playing in our face. When we don't recognize the spirit of offense and we don't get rid of it, it's one of them things that needs to be brought to our attention. So I'm bringing it to your attention. I dealt with that today, and the Lord gave me a good message from this sermon, and I just want to share it with y'all. So check my comments. Y'all be slow to offend. Be slow to offend out there. Bye-bye.